if you're here in the future. Hello, thanks for watching. Enjoy. So today I figured we'd put together a little bit of a plan since it's 7 a.m. and I discovered that I can write on the map while it's paused. And see, we've got all this nice blank space. We may as well use the paper, right? So what we can do is we can add a note. We've explored a lot of the map and we'll be exploring a lot more, so we may end up moving that note. But for now, let's write down a checklist. So Martina is pretty low weight. She's having a rough start of things. This server is definitely spec'd for more people than just one, so we are gonna be living rough for a while unless we get our stuff together. We were unlucky with the animals. We've been unlucky with cars and gasoline and all of that so far. I don't think we've even found a gas can. So, we want a car. We want a gas can. What else do we want? We want... Let's see. I'm thinking rabbits. Rabbits and chickens. Because we need renewable protein. Chicken. So the eggs will probably be the fastest for that, but they're not going to be great for it. But the rabbits, we will be able to butcher without even a butcher hook. We'll be grinding our butchering skill. If we just see any and can catch them to grab them, especially if they get caught in pens and stuff like that, then they're very convenient to grab. And they breed fast because they are rabbits. I don't actually know if I have breeding seasons turned on this server. Well, it's not a server, on this world. So we're just gonna have to go with that. We can round up all of the sheep at some point too, but right now it is not a priority because we're gonna have to haul over all of the animal feed and stuff as well. We're probably gonna have to kill a few more sheep while we're doing all this just to try to keep our weight up. Make sure we're not starving since we're gonna have a lot of zombies to fight if we're gonna find a car. Now, crops I don't want to worry about yet because it's summer. It's not raining often enough. And unless I plant them right up on the river, it's going to be pretty inconvenient. Another thing we need above all of this is water. What is it? It was rain collectors. I think we have a box of nails, so that part should be easy. We had some planks too. I think we still have some logs from all the trees we were chopping for saplings. And it doesn't take very many. However, for the rain collectors, we're going to need tarps and garbage bags, things like that. Let's see. So far we have rain collectors, car and gas can, rabbits and chickens. Car and the gas can will make everything kind of easier. We'll add to this animal trailer. Because if we have a car and gas, then animal trailer is also going to make our life easier. This section, car, gas can, animal trailer, that's just to make our life easier. Rain collectors are pretty vital. We want to set up plumbing because plumbing is pretty magical in this game. So most of the time, you have to use fire to purify water, right? Which means you need to be using matches and lighters and all kinds of stuff. However, the plumbing in this game, for some reason, if you set up a rain collector and plumb it, you know, like above the sink or something, the sink will give you fresh water. It will give you untainted water. Don't know exactly why. We must be adding some kind of filtration. But that will be a big thing. Because we need drinking water. The crops don't really mind dirty water, you know? They're in the dirt. I feel like the animal troughs are actually pretty good at collecting water too. Like, I wonder if we can take water from that and purify it. The rain collectors on the ground will just enable the crops. But to get them up above the sinks and stuff like that, we either have to put them inside where they're not going to actually be collecting rain, and we have to bring them rain. Or we have to be able to build stairs, which is later along in carpentry generally. Okay, so wooden stairs are carpentry level 6, but we have log stairs now, which are way more expensive, I suspect. Yeah, 12 logs versus 13 planks. Each log gives you like 3 planks. So the log stairs are going to be real expensive, but also require a much lower carpentry level. So those goals... Okay, so the rain collection and plumbing is going to take a bit. We would starve to death if we started doing that now. No, maybe. I have fast learning enabled in general in the world, but... I feel like the car is our best bet. If we can get some rabbits and chickens over here, then that would be great. I think chickens will be my first run. Just because I know where chickens are, and even though we have to carry them one by one, as long as we clear the area, it should be fine. I didn't grab water, did I? We still got some left. We'll grab the first chicken and then refill our water. I'm just gonna clear along the way, because while we're holding a chicken, it's gonna be a lot more of a pain. This guy's got a hard hat, which made it harder to stomp him. Alright, so these we can rip. We're gonna need a whole bunch of cloth later on, so I'm just gonna drop the stuff that's rippable on the ground, and then we can come back to it later, even if the zombies have deteriorated. Otherwise, they take the cloth with them. The cowboy hats and the glasses, by default, they do despawn though. Socks we can no longer rip up. It's kind of hilarious. Understandable. But also hilarious. Instead of relying us to decide, hey, socks as a band-aid is probably a bad idea because it's gross. Or like making it causing more infection, because like often if the socks are clean enough, they make a decent enough band-aid in this game. But No, they're just like, you cannot do that anymore. Y'all are too okay with drinking out of toilets and stuff now. I meant to hit the both of them, but instead I just thoroughly dismissed the one. Even though that one's broken, we can rip it up for leather. She's got fancy shoes. Those are useless to me. Martina no longer cares about looking good. Not at this point in the apocalypse. Otherwise, she'd be too happy to be so thin, you know? Can't have her doing that. Now, this is probably one of the more disturbing processes, come to think of it. Killing a bunch of zombies and then just stripping them naked and leaving. Like, if there was another survivor out there watching me, I can understand why they wouldn't introduce themselves at this point. I think the chickens were near here. Yes, here we are. We looking clear? Looking clear enough to grab one. There are so many here. If we carry them one by one, it's going to take forever. It's a shame I can't just stick one in my backpack. They're not that tame, I suppose. Aww. Making me pause to ban you, damn spam bots. Alright, we're good. Just gonna speed walk back with my chicken. Hope a sprinter doesn't come running out that cornfield. It used to be that you could just see through the cornfields. Oh, that guy walks slow. We can outrun him. Well, we can outwalk him. He doesn't know the kind of speed walking Martina does. Now, if he has a good memory and good navigation, he may eventually catch up to us. But that's fine, because I don't plan on staying around long. Alright, so we are going to have to pick that back up, probably, and drop it in this zone that we are creating. And you can name it whatever, but I'm just going to leave it default for now. But now, because this is a zone... Okay, it looks like Leghorn Hen is in the zone. It is counting it as ours now, or it should be. So let's give it a pet. Make sure it's comfortable in its new home. It looks like it has some food over there that hopefully it can reach. I feel like a chicken would just climb right in that trough. And these ones are not like the chickens in Stardew. You don't have to lay out the food for them. We'll fill our water bottle. Do we have a snack? We could just down those chocolate chips. Now, while rotten dandelions in the fridge that no longer works. Looks kind of strange. We can put that in a composter once we make one. I'm just gonna eat half of this loaf of bread. That sounds like a hearty meal. For her standards at this point, anyway. Too bad we don't have a working toaster, you know? Feeling a little bit refreshed, we head back towards the chickens, knowing that there's a zombie somewhere along here. Oh, he really didn't follow us very far. Some of them have better memory than others. Like, some of them will hunt you across town. Some of them, he forgot. As soon as I was out of sight, just boop. Meanwhile, you chop down a tree in the woods across town and there's one zombie like, I heard something. Where are they? I will find you. And I will hunt you. He won't kill us. He won't kill us. Not this time. I know about them now. But when you're not expecting to be hunted like that, they do surprise you. Before we're finished for the day, we'll probably grab the eggs from the chicken coop over there. Even without power, they'll stay fresh for a little while, just until we get some meat butchered so that we can cook everything up at the same time. Only need to light the fire once every now and then. Not quite a winter yet. Oh, I thought it had gone into the coop, but it's over there in the grass. Maybe these chickens like to eat grass too. If it starts looking barren in there, we'll know. Now, what I used to do is when I'd fully looted a house, I would cross them out on the map. I haven't been doing that because I haven't been, like, fully looting things. These guys are mostly far enough away that I can skirt them with the chicken, but this one that aggroed I want to deal with. Oh, one other one in the group looking. Now, it feels very risky, but if you're bold enough, if you wait just a little bit during the shove process, they go off balance a lot easier when they've started to grab you already. Looks like I did need to deal with these guys. I wonder if I lured them towards the street just by walking down it. If they were this touchy. There's one more over there. You're gonna be the one that tries to kill me if I ignore you. It's not a sprinter, at least. We didn't get a horrific shriek. Their wallets do have stuff in them as well. I haven't seen if they carry matches or anything in the wallets now. I generally, like, I'll peek when I'm collecting stuff like photographs and speeding tickets can be fun to collect. There's lots of collectibles in this build, it feels like. Like, it's stuff that you don't really, you don't need it. But you could carry a pouch full of D&D dice and roll whenever you want. Like, that's fun. That's fun to have. Alright, after we run this chicken bag, we'll run one more back. We'll grab an egg. Any eggs that they have for us in the chicken coop they've been in. It's just an egg. Maybe it is just gonna be a single egg. I don't know. There are a lot of chickens in there, but you never know. We're gonna have more chickens than we know what to do with when we clear the chicken factory. Okay, I'll grab more water first. It's gonna start getting dark though. I don't really want to be wandering around in the dark. This character does have a little bit of an advantage. Like, Cat's Eyes does make you see a bit better at night. But it is no longer as strong as it used to be. Like, it doesn't give you night vision goggles anymore. At least we're feeling drowsy around the right time. This is about when I'd be heading home if I was out fighting zombies. Where are you all going? I mean, this does make things more convenient for me, but it is very confusing. Oh, they got several chicken coops over here. Egg. We had to drop the chicken to pick up the eggs. Oh, poor thing. You know what? After this collection, I think tomorrow we will butcher up another of the sheep and then start that fire up, because this will be a lot of eggs to be able to put in. Just keep them as a snack. Our animal care is going up from this. I don't have meta-predators turned on, so we don't have to close the hatches up for the night. This one's empty. I was kind of hoping these ones would have some too, but no, they seem to prefer just the one hutch, which is still useful info. Seems like when you use the command to pick something up, it goes to where the creature was when you hit to pick them up. So when it comes to catching rabbits and stuff like that, that is a little bit tricky. It helps if you can get them up against a fence, and they do spawn in certain areas just inside of a pen already. There also used to be a glitch where you could walk through a fence with the rope and just jump over it without opening a door or anything, and the animal that you had the rope attached to would follow you through the fence. There wasn't an animation for them jumping over it or anything, so it was just kind of they went through it. Oh yeah, it is dark. And I mean, there's not really a reason to be putting this in the fridge other than to keep it organized with food. There, that's looking like some food. What can I do with a broken whetstone? I haven't encountered that yet. I don't think I've actually broken a whetstone until now. Alright, so because she's real hungry, she might have a nightmare, but I kind of want to save the food for tomorrow, when we'll actually have enough to cook with. 8:30. I like that for a wake-up time a lot better than 3 a.m. for her. Especially with the power out. Okay. So, what are we gonna need? We need something to kill it with, which is a little bit of a particular thing with them. I'm gonna take the hatchet just because I'm not sure that I can get the job done without it, even with a meat cleaver. These ones will all be female sheepies. I'm looking for another ram because when we take all of these over to... Oh. Are you milkable? They have babies. Utter, need a baby first. You have one. Interesting. There's the ram. Okay. Well, he seems to be doing good work. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna leave that ram. Just because this is the only one I've seen with babies. So, like... if we don't get any babies out of the other ram, then we might want that one. We have a bunch of these ramboulette. I don't know how to say that. Is it a dodge ram? I mean, I hope it doesn't dodge. We don't have a butcher's hook yet. Let's see. We need carpentry level 3 for it anyway, so it looks like we'll need some levels before that's a thing. So, we're just gonna butcher this right here. At least she's using the meat cleaver this time. Sheikah, I saw that you got the reward you were looking for, the transmog. I did manage to make a little bit of progress in WoW yesterday, but I'm having to limit myself with it. I did get the quest that you were talking about before, where you need like 20, whatchamacallits. You have to do 20 of the dailies for them. Alright, because we're not very good at butchering yet, and because we don't have a butcher's hook, we're not getting any leather out of them, and we're not getting very much meat off of them either. So we are going to want to grind our carpentry skill just for multiple things. Which means we're probably going to want to grind our foraging, realistically. Yeah, we got one thing off of that. But still, we can cook up the meat and the eggs we have now. We have a few bones that that we can turn into weapons. It gives us a little more clearing ability. Oh, did I see the tag? I think I looked, but it was like first thing in the morning, so I don't remember it. Yes! Yeah, that was what you tagged me in. Your character looks good in that. Like, that is a look. Before the coffee, yeah. Before the coffee. Had not become human again yet. Alright, so we're cooking stuff up. May as well make a little something. Let's see, if it's a soup, we can use peanut butter. Let's go for that. Oh wait, is it not enough water? Oh, it's not full of water. We're gonna run out in this sink pretty fast. We're gonna have to start stealing water from the neighbors. Not that they're using it anymore. Zombies don't really drink from what I've seen. We'll use our stale bread because soup makes everything better. You can afford to reuse a few ingredients. But we don't have much in the way of seasoning. I'm gonna save the salt just because baking. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like that is one thing that the Legion remix is doing really well. Like, it was the right time to get started for me. Ah, we got the wood splinters there. We can light the fire with wood splinters and our disposable lighter. The eggs are gonna cook real fast. What we're doing in Project Zomboid today is basically we're gonna see if Martina gets to live. Because how much she can get done, how fast, really determines whether she gets to live or whether she's just setting things up for the next guy who comes along. She's not quite underweight yet. We've been fighting it. But she is right on the edge of it. Let's see, can we put anything out in the rain? It's like we filled the kettle and the saucepan. The kettles. We've got 2 kettles full of water when we run out in the sink there. We're having mutton, egg, and bread soup with peanut butter in it. We don't have the nutritionist trait, either through our profession or through picking it. So, we don't know how many calories or, you know, protein, fats, carbs are in this. But I've played enough characters, and I do recommend playing enough characters with the nutritionist trait that you start to get an idea of the general amounts that things give. Because, like, the eggs are probably going to be variable. A lot of the harvestables will be. Right, so we have a full belly. We have a mission. Chickens. The more we can get over here, the more eggs and such we'll get over here. We're gonna want to steal the rooster as well. Get more chickens. And then since we're gonna have so many, we can start eating them too. So we've only got a little chicken area. It's just Martina here, so that's not a problem. With a full group, I would probably like a bigger area for chickens like this. You can put all of the animals together. They won't fight with each other. Males of the same species will fight with each other. So you can only have one of each in the same area, but other than that, the cows and the sheep and all that will get along with the chickens. Unless we get more pens. It is always a building project, and Martina has other priorities right now. Have I ever tried to catch a chicken in real life? Ooh. I don't think I ever did. I had a neighbor at one point, when I was a kid, that the chickens were friendly enough with me, so she would have me collect the eggs. But I never had to catch any of them, I don't think. These ones in Project Zomboid are really just letting me pick them up. They go, "Papa." How is that a mod check? Put them in the house. What? I have no idea, actually. Why the word put was the one in that. Chickens in the house, though. You probably could, because you can put down the, these right here, the livestock zones. You can put them down, like, anywhere. Even if there's not a fence around it. The thing is, if the livestock gets scared by zombies and stuff like that, then they run. So wherever you put them, it's either got to be like fenced in so they can't get out, or extremely safe. Your neighbors had flamingos? Yeah, I can imagine they would be. That's gotta be a weird noise to wake up to. Like, a rooster is sort of a typical, you know, it plays it in Stardew every day. Okay. Yes, we expect this. This is an alarm clock noise in some ways. But flamingos? What kind of dreams would that cause, you know? Donkeys apparently make some crazy noises at night. We're gonna want to grab one more chicken and then go home and dry off our clothes and stuff. We do have a towel, but it won't do us much good out here right now. We do not want our character getting sick on top of everything else. In fact, I might duck into this house here. Somewhere between a quack and an elephant's foot. Oh. See, the quack makes it sound cute. The elephant foot, that throws me a little bit. Oh, there's some cat treats on the table. It's a shame Sheikah isn't here. Hello. You were very quiet in there, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you. There isn't even a container in there. I could have left him to do his business. Okay, all of the doors are open, which... Have I been here, or did the zombies in here just know how to open the doors? Because this place hasn't been raided. Photograph of a baby. Oh, there's different sizes of trophies. This is one of the big ones. Yeah, this is one of the big ones. You can use these as a drinking vessel. They're really heavy, so it's not really a good idea. But I keep having the thought that it would be really funny to have like a bodybuilder character or something like that. Use one of those. We'll steal some water from here while we're here and just wring out wet clothes. And then, do we have our towel on us? Yes. Dry self. Let's see. Now we're just moist. Less of a chance of getting sick now. You know what? While I'm here, I'm going to check the fridge. Because I don't think I've been here. A ham. Still fresh. I will take that. We should be able to get calories from drinks now. It at least satiates us. They had flamingos in a tiny backyard. You know what? Poor flamingos. We'll take the rolling pin because we've broken every other one we found. We needed weapons. Can I not put the wet bath towel in? There we go. I'm like, I guess that makes sense, but I'm surprised. Martina really did not want to put the wet bath towel into her backpack. That's the truth of it. Where's the rooster? I swear I'm not trying to kill you, even though I'm wielding a butcher knife. I just want to steal you. Leghorn cockerel. Pick up, do not kill. We'd have to go to the chicken factory for another one. We're gonna go back home. We're gonna eat part of a ham and a whole bunch of boiled eggs. And we're gonna call it a night. So Martina is Evie. See, cat's eyes helps a little bit. Like, we can still see right now. But it's a dark, rainy night. Alright, buddy. Little pet. And then we're both gonna end up going inside for the night. He'll eventually find his way into the coop. I don't think there's cats yet, but it seems like they're planning to add them. They've added raccoons and stuff like that. We'll save this rolling pin for once. Let's see, half a ham. That did not fill us. We are hungry. Stuff some hard-boiled eggs in your mouth in the dark. Eating straight out the fridge. We'll keep that one in our pocket for later. So we shall always have an egg in this trying time. Round 7. She wakes up a little later than the farmer in Stardew. She seems to be going for similar hours. Okay. Stream Cat has left us. Yeah, they've got like little pet bowls and stuff like that in this game now, and cat treats and like dog toys and stuff like that. There's the implication of the pets, and it makes me think that they're probably planning on adding them at some point. After falling asleep fully bloodied. Yup. Yup. Again, Martina no longer cares about looks. She found some fancy shoes earlier and scoffed at them. Those would just get me killed, she says. Oh, hey! Our previous incarnation has disappeared. We didn't get to bury us. Let's see. We'll see if we can refill on water here before we head out. Then we'll refill over at the other house. Take their water instead. How we doing here? We'll need to bring them a little more food, but we've got several things of animal feed all scattered around. It'd be good to get a water collector down with all of this rain. We'll have to keep an eye out for tarps. They're probably the easiest now for it. The garbage bags still work, but I like the tarp ones. If we can find enough garbage bags, then we'll do it. Oh, Stream Cat left and I gotta adjust my seat again. There are certain paths to walk down in Zomboid that just make you feel crooked. Yeah. Looks like there are zombies at the neighbor's house there. But we have avoided them thus far. I don't know if the chickens will get upset if there's too many of them in that little pen. Like, I don't know if they have space requirements yet, so that's something that we'll have to see, because we have a lot of chickens to bring, even just from this one pen, but the chicken factory, once we get that loaded up, I'm hoping we find an animal trailer there, but I'm not sure. We haven't really gotten very far into it. Just a peek at the place through the fence, basically. Fence that all of the zombies were trying to beat down. That's another fun thing. It looks like they have implemented zombies attacking the tall fences now. Like, the short fences like this, they'll just jump over. That's a little bit different. It's less ideal now for combat because they lunge really frequently. But the tall fences that they used to not even be able to figure out a way around if there was enough of it, they can just break those now if there's enough of them. Makes a crazy sound too. Exactly, dude. Every time I'm walking by that cornfield, I'm just looking at it like there better not be a sprinter out there. I'm gonna have a bad time if there's a sprinter. Okay, so there's a handful of them over there. They haven't spotted me yet. At least they're not coming for me. See, I imagine in real life that the chicken would probably be fighting her the entire way as well. This is probably why she's getting so tired doing this. It is, we're getting a few chickens a day this way. They're wandering more towards the street. They hear me walking. Now, this is the second character that we've played in this world. They have a kind of unique respawn system where the world persists, but if you respawn, then you're basically making a new character. Even if you use the same settings and like make the character look the same, it's an entirely separate person and you can find your old corpse. Like, you can walk back into your old base. So this base was actually established by the first character that I played on here. But Martina went and found it. She just followed the trail of dead bodies. Like, I want to put the bone pieces and such down over by where we're going to craft with them. Just so I'm not carrying as much around. Well, the previous owner of this house, she got underweight and we didn't notice. At least not fast enough. So she ended up in a really bad situation where she got bit on the neck. And she kind of just took the band-aid off and walked out at a certain point. Like, I brought all of my stuff back home. It was one of those. And then it was like, well, this character is gonna... She knows she's gonna go. She's been bitten. She's feeling ill already. She went out on her own terms. But it's little stuff like that. Like, if your character gets a little bit underweight, then they'll swing at a different speed. And if you're not used to that, if you're calculating all of your movements based on how your character was doing, and then they end up dealing with multiple debuffs, like, if they're hungry, if they're tired, like, sleepy, if they're tired, like, exhausted, like, out of energy. Of course, now that we have the chicken on us, they wander towards the street. Oh, Martina doesn't know any of this, but she does know she's hungry. There's not much food set up here. She really could have ended up just another road mark to the place. Our run through town was busy. We undid a lot of the progress that the last character did. I don't remember her name. It's terrible. It'll happen to Martina too eventually. She's just doing what she can while she can, scrambling for survival. Did we put the chicken down? We didn't put the chicken down. Martina's hungry. She's thinking about eating this chicken. See, are they unhappy yet? They're calm, healthy. So I imagine it's the dirtiness level that I'm gonna have to watch, because They do kind of like, they poop in the yard too over here, you know, chicken droppings. But in the hutch, yeah, in the coop roosting area, there is a dirtiness level, and we're gonna need like a rag and water, bucket and water to deal with that. We'll probably move that bucket over or something. We'll probably end up carving a bucket, just because the wooden buckets are super, super useful, but don't work for everything. We can use it as fertilizer. One of the things, actually, you know what? I'm gonna add it to our actual list. Finally got to a point where it's like, you know what? We need this. We need a compost bin. We're just about at the point where we can cross off the chickens. I do want to move more over, but we'll probably end up killing them. Just because that pen will end up full real quick. So it'll just be faster to butcher them there. Instead of carrying them over for that. Keep an egg on us. That's looking pretty full. I say few more chickens. Maybe one more day of bringing chickens over, and then I will slaughter a few. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with some of them. If we lure those over by fighting, then they were eventually going to wander over here anyway. They're probably migrating into the space that we cleared, just because it's empty now. And the zombies really do love to migrate. In some ways, that's the resources coming to us, because sometimes they're carrying weapons and all kinds of stuff. If nothing else, it's a bit of rags that we can get out of their clothes. I did get a masonry tool from one of them, though. This guy had a fork stabbed into him. Somebody was at the dinner table with him when he turned. Man, that would suck. Sitting down to a nice meal because they're just so hungry. So they can't get over how hungry they are. So you sit down to a nice meal and they try to eat you. Honestly, rude. Hello, everybody. Any sprinters? Any speedy boys? You look like dessert. Somebody in the apocalypse been bitten looking at you like, you're just so sweet, I could eat you up. Oh, there was a sprinty boy. Speedy fucker. Aw, wait. No. There's a chick over there. And you're laying your eggs out here? Why? Why? Is the coop full again? No. Maybe those ones are gonna hatch. That's why they're laying them on the ground. Well, you know what? I can only bring one back. And if I'm gonna grab the chick, then I want to grab the one that it's following as well. I don't think it matters for chickens, but I'm not sure. Pickup lines you don't want to hear in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, that one's a slow hobbling zombie, so we'll just walk around it. Chestnuts roasting over an open fire. Oh boy, that does change. That changes things. Now, if that zombie that was really slow follows us, he's gonna end up in a weird place when we wake up. I'm gonna, since the fridge isn't even on, we can actually put these in there. And if they're gonna hatch, then they can still hatch in there. Just pull the chicks out of the fridge. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that Warm Bodies was a huge missed potential in the zombie genre. Because they had so much space for jokes like this in a movie like that. Huge missed opportunity. They were just more interested in telling a zombie rom-com because, of course, that's what the world needed, is more rom-coms. As if there aren't enough of them. Oh, and look at how renowned Zombieland is. Everybody loves Zombieland. Alright, yeah, that's looking like a lot of chickens. We'll grab a few more. Because I want to see what happens with that chick, you know? Oh, you heard me, huh? Okay. You killed Fred. I think I just killed the librarian, man. I feel bad about that. See, they haven't seen me. They just know something happened here. I don't know exactly what. Just looking at all the corpses. What could have done this? What manner of creatures are you? grab some water here. I think I will duck into the other house too, actually. How are you doing, Martina? Smashing! Oh, hello. You went to answer the door. Too bad I'm here to rob you. Oh, there's the key. Nobody in the closet this time. Take some twine. I'm gonna close this window even though some of the zombies can open the windows. If they can't, then it's a forewarning. Welder Monthly. Gonna be able to cut larger metal sheets into smaller metal sheets that way. Dirty bandage can become a clean bandage. They have a garbage bag with just sunglasses in it. I think Martina's earned that. Let's see. 207 zombies in 11 days. I think Martina can have some sunglasses. Oh. Fresh cheese and hot sauce, though. Stale bag of fries is sad, though. Oh. Those could have been tasty. Ooh. I don't have the lifestyle mod on, so we don't need the broom for cleaning or anything like that. So we'll just turn it into a long stick. Oh, what's her name in The Walking Dead that walks around with 2 zombies? Like on a leash. Michonne, I think it was? I thought that was another interesting thing that they did. Like, the zombie migrations, the giant hordes that would happen in that, and, the idea that people would, like, keep zombies. Cover yourself like they did to walk through the zombies? I don't think we can in this game. Or at least I have not encountered that. This radio must have been on. I don't know. I can't think of one. I know that The Walking Dead did have a few games. It very well could be in one of them. Oh, we got a lot of nothing out of this house, but that's alright. Some salt and vinegar chips. Hopefully we'll make her a little happier. I know one of the mods for Build 42 that I'm really interested in, they made it so that when there's like a pile of zombie corpses, it attracts other zombies. And they can smell blood on you and stuff like that, and they pay attention to wind direction, because wind direction is a thing in this game that's actually calculated. thought that was a really interesting use of like the base that is this game. Although they're really filling it out. It's one of those games that you can add so much to as a modder, though. Back. We got some feathers. Oh, don't trip over the chicken. I'm sure they don't like that. I'm so used to having to make friends with the chickens for Marnie. It does actually raise our animal care skill to pet the animals, so it is good to make a habit of. But it doesn't do it by very much. Even collecting the eggs seemed to be better for that, because we built up a few. Alright, let's see. Is that chick following around a chicken? Because I know with the cows and the sheep and the rabbits and stuff like that, if you take away the mom, then you have to feed them milk and take care of them. Chickens, we won't have to do that. It would be very strange if we had to do that for chickens. But I don't know, it might not do as well without its mom for whatever reason. So, because I'm gonna recognize the chick no matter what, I'm gonna take this chicken first. I think we probably could recognize this chicken through the right click, but it's gonna be a lot more annoying looking through, does this chicken have a baby? Versus just, is this chicken a baby? All right. We're gonna grab the chick, and then the next time we go back there, meat's back on the menu, boys. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to fight you guys. I know it already. You know it already. Let's just make it simple. Standing on them seems a lot more fickle than it used to be. That last one was pretty tough. He took a lot of meat cleavers to the face. That is one of the riskiest things I could have done there, by the way. If there was a sprinter gonna go out of that cornfield, it was gonna be then, because we had fought right next to it. And my shove is technically on my mouse, but it's a lot faster with the spacebar. Now, where is the babe? There is the baby. We could probably spend the night over here just because we do want to get started on that early. And we want to take water from over there. We're having a sleepover. At the zombie's house. Oh man. Walking just around our farm is gonna feel a lot less of a trek after this. I know it already. We'll grab some eggs, because these ones will be already cooked. We're not quite at the level of hunger where we want to be eating raw eggs. Actually, I'll stash some of the food I picked up here as well. Why not? Those stale fries will get cooked up with everything else. I'm starting to build up a few ingredients that will be useful for... what will they be useful for? Baking. Baking, that's what we are looking at. We need sugar and flour though still. Like, those are gonna be the base ingredients for so many things. You have me thinking about that now. I feel like being able to cover yourself in zombie stuff and walk through zombies would be a really fun mechanic in this. Just because, like, certain zombie settings, you can have a city full of zombies to do that with. Just treat it like a stealth thing, basically. Where if you attack a zombie, then it probably would ruin the effect. Let's see. We're already drowsy. Let's see how early we wake up. We're here with the chickens, so we'll sleep with our trophy. Yeah. Yeah, like if they didn't see me fighting the zombies. I think there should be, yeah. I don't know if there actually is in this game or not. Just because my characters are usually looking like this at a certain point. Especially with the water being out. I know that dirty bandages definitely affect it. Speaking of which, we can wash that one up here. We need it in our pocket to be able to wash it. Now, I think of anything inside the backpacks and the fanny packs as like being inside those bags, but if it's not inside those bags, this inventory, I think of just being in our pockets or strapped to our belt, stuff like that. Alright, so we're gonna have to see if we even can do this. I think I'm gonna drop this just because I don't want her using it. Okay. Didn't take much to kill a chicken. Not sure if we even need a weapon for them. We'll use our handy knife, since that at least is in decent shape. I want to see how much it damages it, though. Because it's been holding condition really well. So, we don't get any bones out of a chicken? Because we've got a whole chicken. We get lots of feathers. I know that those can be used for making our own pillows and stuff like that, but I'm not sure what else they can be used for. We'll leave that there for now. It's conspicuous enough. I feel like that's probably something that the modders could implement in this game. I don't know. I know they spent a lot of time working on the stealth system for Build 42, the developers. So I don't know how difficult it is, you know? Or how much would already be in the game that you could work off of for something like that. I'm killing the chicken from that far away? I don't have a gun. Modders really have put so much into this game. It's beautiful to me. I have tried the immunity mod that makes it so that you have to wear a mask around zombies and stuff like that. That one I feel like is going to be awesome in this build once they get it together. Just because there's so much more in the base game for it. Like they added a lot more masks to the base game. They added oxygen tanks, things like that. There's hazmat suits. Yes. Oh, what was it? It's through a trait. Oh, there was a traits mod with the super immunity, I think. That or the super immune trait went with that mod, I'm not sure. I usually had a bunch of mods on at once. Yeah, I liked the one where you had to build a lab to make the drugs that could help you. Like you could create vaccines, you could create things that could just slow things down. Oh, you can have it through the trait or set them on to let it happen randomly. I feel like that would be fun to have it happen randomly, but I definitely would want some kind of indication. I guess that would give a reason to actually wait it out and see, does your character get sick and do they survive the sickness? So actually, it's winning me over, just not even having an indication that you have the trait. Because most of the time, when my character gets bit, it's kind of just GG, okay, I know I'm going to turn eventually. So I may as well go out on my own terms. And technically, the food would stay fresher if we kept these chickens alive. However, then we would have to be lighting the fire all the time. And realistically, we are gonna go through this chicken pretty fast. You just had to be the one that's immune. Yeah, I feel like sometimes that would actually be like, oh no, this character is immune. they actually have a chance, you know? I've been going along like they didn't. That could lead to some really fun moments. We're gonna take the animal feed bags. Oh, we can only fit the one. But still, we won't have to worry about feeding the chickens for a while this way. If you set it for a low probability, yeah, I probably would make it a low probability. Just because it'll feel like it happens too frequently. It feels like it happens all the time. If it's higher than like 25% even. I do love that the devs actually like love this game enough to keep coming back to it, because build 42? I wasn't here for most of them. Oh, the fries went bad. We can add them to a compost bin when we make it. Alright, that cooking pot that we left out here to gather the rain. The water is tainted, but we're gonna have to cook the chicken anyway. Both the water and the chicken needs cooked. So it's all good. I did forget the butcher knife, but it's pretty beat up anyway. Can we not make a stew with chicken? Oh, that's strange. So we can't use the cooking pot for chicken. What can we use? Do we need to process it any further? Ah, cut up chicken. There we go. You think the creators of Project Zomboid, they're showing you can make a living off of one game. Yeah. More and more people are getting into it after each update, and rightly so. It gets so much better each time. It's, even though graphically this game is not the most impressive, I keep coming back to it, and I keep coming back to it because it's so good. There's just so much I can do in this world. And that I recognize is specifically because it's not very graphically impressive. Yeah, graphics definitely aren't everything if you have good content. I play Dwarf Fortress. I don't play the version that's Dwarven Runes, but I play Dwarf Fortress not because it's so beautiful, but because it is a full world. Has a Sims 1 look to it in a good way. I agree that it is in a good way. Maybe that is where a lot of the, oh, it kind of looks like Sims comes from. Because I can see some similarities between this game and The Sims, but it doesn't play like The Sims. Handy knife is in good shape still. We have a bunch of chicken parts of varying goodness. Let's see, can we add it to soups and stews now? Yes. We should probably use the ones with the smaller values first, just because they'll actually disappear. Can't do the 100 babies challenge in Zomboid. Yeah, certainly not. Bread and poultry soup. We got some peanut butter in there. It's mostly chicken. It's mostly chicken. We're gonna cook all this up. I should have checked the chicken coop before I left. They probably had more for me. We'll check at some point. I don't know if the eggs will stay fresh, but as long as it's soon enough. Now, I think we should be able to light the fire with the toilet paper we grabbed. Yes. It's like Sims, OSRS, and The Walking Dead had a child. I like that description. Yeah, like, it's hard to describe it comparing it to other games, honestly. You do gotta branch out to several different ones. And hello, hello! Nice to meet you. Glad you could join us today. We're cooking up some chicken. I got enough for everybody. Now let's see. I'm just gonna pause it because we've got food cooking. Oh. It'd be nice to be able to, like, strike it out. Doesn't look like we can, but we can remove the marking now. We no longer need chickens. We've got our chickens. And that is one of the biggest things that we needed, was renewable source of food. Protein especially, because the crops are going to be kind of annoying, but we can manage that right now. We have a bunch of seeds. They just won't give us very many calories, and we're already underweight. Just barely, but it took 1 fitness point from us, which is bigger than you think it is. If you haven't played the game much, you know, it's bigger than one would think it is. Because rule 1 of the zombie apocalypse. Low strength, low endurance, and prone to injury is the biggest problem there. Our strength is going to be leveling faster than our fitness now. Cardio, yeah, you know. Alright, that's nearly done. What are we going to do? We are in the afternoon. We've got a bit more time. I think we will do a little bit of practicing of our carpentry. So one of the next things we're going to want is water. Which is a lot more of a pain than one would think it is. But also not at the same time. Our survivor somehow knows how to add filtration to the plumbing. That will be very useful for us. Now we have enough stuff that we could make a compost bin. I think I will be doing that. But now we do kind of have to decide, are we going to be doing that by the water or not? We have so many chicken feathers. I gotta put some stuff away before I get crafting. We've got chicken feet. I'm not sure what all we can do with the chicken feet. I guess we could just eat them without cooking them. It feels wrong. Should drop broken whetstone down amongst our pile of things that I don't want to organize right now. Our welder monthly can go on there until we have time to just sit down and read. Store the chicken feet in a jar for the next character to find. That feels like it would be a good move. I don't know if I can put them in a jar. I'm pretty sure this character has the preserving skill, because we had one of those books. Yeah, we can make jar of preserved food. Open box of jars. I see. We need vinegar, which I'm not sure if we can craft yet. I used to have a mod that made it so that I could. I don't know if they've updated it to the point where we can make cheese yet. As you'll notice, there are cheesecloths everywhere. But I don't know if they've actually done it. I'm gonna leave the animal brains out here just because eventually we will make a leather tanning station. And these chicken feathers, I have no idea what I'm gonna use them for, but they can go in with the crafting stuff. Let's see, we'll want our hacksaw. A mason's trowel, that's what it is. This is the one I found in a zombie. It's still bloody. Alright, can we put any more of those in our... Yeah, we can put all the nails in our backpack now. That's all I wanted. Alright, and we need a few pieces. We need planks. What do we need for the compost bin? 'Cause I think... we only need one tarp if we're gonna use... oh no. It's not the rain collector. I'm tired. We are good for the composter. We need 4 planks. We've got so much stuff we need to build. I'm getting confused between it now. Yeah, it's been fun. Happy to see you. Have a good one. Hope to see you again sometime. Well, until we have water set up, I think I want to put the crops over there by the water. But the compost bin, that can be near the house, because a lot of the rotten stuff we're going to be adding to them is going to come from the house. So, I'm going to put it in the garden area that we will be using. Or at least the stuff to make it once we can. We missed those skill shows on this character. Alright. That's over there. What else can we make? What else do we need? A butter churn would be useful if we had any milk. Or anything that could make milk. I think the sheeps might be able to. We'll see, because those two that had lambs, they might start producing. I'll put the butter churn right out here. We can watch our chickens. They can keep us company. We only needed 2 planks for that. Where are we at with carpentry? That's where I need to start. Okay, so level 3 is the next level we're gonna get. What else do we need then? We could make a cross. We don't have any graves to mark, but that actually It feels right just because this is the second character. I'll put it by the clothesline. Right over here. Oh, do we have to put it on a grave? Or is it just because I don't have the tree parts on me? The tree parts. A fucking tree branch. Or a wooden rod, it looked like. Let's see, we already have one in there to use as a tool, so we'll take this one. Oh, actually, we could put the graves next to the little playground here. I like that. Alright. So we don't know her name. Martina doesn't know her story. But we know someone was here before us. And we didn't get the chance to bury them, so... Martina leaves a little bit of a trace of them. Hand-operated press will let us press clay items and turn seed paste into oil. We can't make seed paste yet. For that, I think it's the stone mill that we'll need for grinding grains and seeds into flour paste. This is the part that starts to feel a little bit more like Dwarf Fortress, but the process of doing it will not be Dwarf Fortress-like. Let's go. If we go under carpentry, what does it give us? Just house parts. But we'll definitely level our carpentry with all kinds of stuff in the build menu. Well, I guess the crafting menu, build menu, crafting menu. Okay. In the crafting menu, we'll get some carpentry XP, hopefully. We could make an oil press, may as well, we'll need it eventually. Since there shouldn't be any zombies around, we can speed it up a little. I feel like these wooden molds are gonna be a one-use thing. Wooden crude bench vice parts mold. If we can't find a blacksmith's anvil, then I guess we'll have to make one. But we'll only need one, so I may as well make a wooden mold for that. Let's see, can we just stash these? Yeah, they're not that heavy. Good, good. How much more do we need? Okay, handful more items. Fuck it, these might last. Even if we don't end up using it, I guess it's wood. We might be able to put it in a fireplace at some point. Really, we just need the carpentry XP. And it's not as grindable as it used to be through the old methods of just going to the neighbor's house and deconstructing it. I think you can still get some skill from that, but there's a cap on it. Like, once you're past a certain skill level, taking apart the same stuff over and over won't actually give you any XP. Which, while it gets in the way of the sort of the old grinding methods, it makes sense. And if it makes sense, then it's just kind of like, yeah. I'm not gonna argue that. I actually like the realism in this game. We'll do a little bit of foraging, mostly just to grind the skill. But maybe we'll find some useful stuff. Iron Age blacksmithing. Maybe we will find some interesting stuff. Teaches charcoal burning pile, primitive forge, and primitive furnace. Okay, that will probably be quite useful because even though we're inventive and would eventually learn how to do that just from getting better at the skill, it is always faster to have the book that just tells you the recipes. Over here, where the animals stay, is considered farmland. So we're more likely to find different things in different areas. Here in farmland, we might find food. Licorice, not the food I was expecting. Martina's pretty good at finding trash. Or what would be considered trash. You know, it is one man's trash. Martina's treasure. If we already had that book, then it would have been trash. I remember the old method of foraging, this one where you can use 2 times speed. It was way, way less efficient in one of the patches to this build. So I think they have probably changed it so that this is more viable again. It's less good than just walking around and using this. Like walking around all tense, the bubble does actually expand if you're during the day and not hungry and tired. But you can't fast forward when you're doing that. So I do still prefer the old method of foraging. Not the old method though. I know that there was a way to forage before where you would just like right click on some foliage and rifle through it. I'm kind of I'm torn on that because I'm glad that I missed it because it probably would have annoyed me having to run around for foraging instead of just like looking in one spot in some ways. But at the same time, again, realism. You know, if I get too spoiled by things being easy. We have a few seasonings now. If we ever end up with a fishing pole, then we'll be prepared for that, as long as we're foraging. Just gonna eat the licorice we found. A little treat. I'll put these broken branches on the fire out here and probably throw everything else on the pile of stuff I don't want to organize. Hemp dog bang can go over here though. Alright, we'll pull a hard-boiled egg out the fridge and call it a night. actually. We could probably make a little something that we wouldn't have to cook. Let me see here. What can we do for a stir fry that won't be fried? Several different kinds of chicken. A little bit of broccoli. Don't want to use the mushrooms yet because we have no idea what those could be. Luckily, the stir fries don't give you as many options for ingredients anyway. Doesn't feel as bad that we barely have any. As much seasoning as we want, though. All of it can fit. Griddle pan-fried vegetables. One vegetable. Alright, we're feeling drowsy. We've got a full belly, stuffed, stomach contented. You feel healthier and stronger. Now that we're strong, time for sleep. Sunglasses inside because Martina is a cool gal. That's a pretty productive day. One thing crossed off our list at the very least, and an actual list made for the future so that we know what we're doing. Compost bin we need to level our carpentry for. That should be straightforward enough. But for now, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm not feeling too great, but I definitely wanted to show up for stream. Thank you everyone for being here and for making it such a fun time. I stream just about every day except for Sunday, so I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll be here for Monday. Make it a little bit brighter. Even if it's not brighter for Martina. I'm not sure. Thank you. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And I hope to see you soon. Have a good one, friends.